What's up, Team Boosted? Welcome back to another episode. In this one, we're finally going to be making those molds for the Porsche fenders. We're at a pretty interesting spot with that. The fenders aren't all in the same stage, so we'll be able to show you kind of like the progression of the fenders and how we get to the point in which we're at right now, where we're finally laying down the fiberglass and making the actual mold. But in order to do that, I need to go down to Fiberlay, one of the local fiberglass stores, and see if they have any filleting wax. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so filleting wax is a soft, pliable wax with a high melting point, and what it's used for is filling in gaps between what you're making a mold of and the border that you build around the mold. What we got technically isn't filleting wax, but our gaps aren't that big. This is a regular wax that's a little more firm than what we have already, so it should work pretty good for filling in those gaps. But more importantly, it's time for some gas station burritos. Let's go. Can I get 2 California burritos?
2 California burritos?
Yep. Awesome, thank you very much.
Hey Devin, is this made with real orcas? It doesn't really matter because the dude clearly lied to your face.
Yeah, he told me that would work and it would be harder than the wax that we have, but it's not. It just melts in your hands. But
so what we've done is we've started a little arts and crafts project. Huh?
Yeah, it's like M&M's.
Yeah, look at that. We got Play-Doh. This should work great, assuming that the tooling coat doesn't melt the Play-Doh, but I don't really think it will.
Yeah, we're gonna use clay, not Play-Doh, but yeah, I don't think it'll melt.
So what Sam's doing right now is he's creating the border pieces that we need. You'll see exactly how that comes into play in a second. Basically, the tooling coat is liquid, obviously, and we want it to stop somewhere, so we're making a border for it to stop. And then the purpose of the wax is there's gonna be a small gap between the border and the actual the piece that we're molding. And we don't want the tooling coat to run into the gap and form a mechanical lock. So we wouldn't be able to release it because it would fill that gap and then just kind of grab onto the piece. So this is so once the tooling coat hardens, we could pull it off and we'll have our mold. So you guys will notice that we're working on the front flares. Devin mentioned earlier that we're at an interesting point in doing this project. The rear flares are coming along. This one just needs a little bit more gloss and it needs to be wet sanded. And then we'll be able to do the same tooling stuff over there. And then this one is still in the Bondo stage. It's come a little bit from the foam stage that you guys saw in previous videos. I'll throw a clip in there now of what it used to look like, but it takes a very long time to get these good enough to move on to the tooling coat. They need to be pretty much perfect. So we decided to not wait any longer and just, this will give us a good opportunity to make sure that we don't mess this up either. If we can't do it on the front, then we got to reevaluate our technique before we try to do it on the rear. Man, this is going to be a gargantuan waste of time if this doesn't work.
Oh, it's not going to work.
But if it does, then, you know.
It's going to work good enough.
Yeah, good enough. Yeah. He was making that face normally. He's not doing it because he knows I'm filming. That's just the face he was making cutting shit. He makes that fucking noise, dude. Oh, give me the stick, dude. I need a reload, chief. Stick. You gotta get the high temp one, or this isn't gonna work at all.
Essentials.
Okay, so now that the border's made, we're gonna fill. This is the gap I was talking about. We don't want the tooling coat to get in there, create a mechanical lock, meaning it'll just grab this and then we won't be able to separate the pieces. So we're gonna fill this stuff with wax. We just got like modeling clay. It should work fine, assuming that the tooling coat doesn't melt it, but we have no reason to believe that it would. If it does, then this whole thing's fucked up and then we need to get actual tooling wax or filleting wax or filleting, whatever the hell you want to call it.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Devin's going to put a chemical release agent on it. This is going to assist the tooling coat to actually come off of our pattern, which is the flare. This is just going to dry. And then we're going to actually put release wax on top of this just to, like an added layer of protection. The goal is to have the part easily come off when it's ready to, when it's all dry, ready to go. Okay, so 3 coats of this green shit's been applied. It's chemical release agent, okay? And now we're gonna use this green stuff, and that's more like a wax. Very similar to what you'd put on your car to wax it. All this is gonna do, again, is to prevent the mold from sticking to the original flare. We just so happen to have some of the right tape for this job, which is release tape. Tooling coat won't stick to this, and it'll prevent it from, like, again, going into these gaps, hardening and preventing it from taking it, the stuff off of the stuff. But as far as prep goes, this is like way more than we normally put in these things. Yeah, I know. Well, some of our best work is done nonchalantly in our driveway while drunk, like this S13 subframe. What in the shit is this?
It's just sweet orange stuff.
Why is it so orange? So this is the color that our mold's gonna be? Forever? That orange?
It's the best mold.
Oh, it smells. Oh, I'm instantly way more stupid. Oh god, there goes half my brain cells.
I'm sorry to be too stupid to smell.
So like most like paints and things of that nature, you're gonna have a hardener. A catalyst hardener. It's basically just going to activate it. It's 16 drops per ounce.
Per ounce, yeah.
So with our amount, it was 190 drops, which is a bitch to count out. And these cups don't really have...
It's not a lot. I guess this shit's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I shouldn't be standing this close to any of it. So Devin's going to mix that. I don't have a mask. Devin's going to mix that. And I can feel myself losing the ability to talk. So I'm going to move over here. No real strategy here. Just make it thick. Now this is somewhat tacky, but definitely firm. We're going to put a really thin layer of fiberglass. That's basically what this is. This is going to be reinforcement. We're actually going to do a few layers, and that goes over the top of this, and then another chemical gets applied, and it makes this whole thing strong like a mold. So yeah, I'm going to do this now. This shit's just as stinky. We gotta get another mask, dude. This sweet roller gets rid of all the bubbles. Works really good. It's one of those super satisfying things to watch. Shut the fuck up, Greg. All right, this is the last step of the mold process. This is the first time we've ever done this, so we actually have no idea how this is going to turn out. Apparently, you just peel this off. Start with the border around the outside. That'll probably be the easiest. So far, so good.
It says that on the first fucking thing. Look at all the Play-Doh.
That'd probably be way better. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
See how fucked
a
we
little
are.
aggressive, but
Actually, this tape fucking works great too.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good.
So as you can see, we now have a negative of the fender flare. It actually looks pretty good all the way across. There's a little bit of a texture towards the edge here, but you can sand most of that out. And what you can't sand out, if you have any major chips or anything, you can mix up some gel coat with a little bit of wax additive so that it'll actually harden. And you could put that on and fix it kind of like Bondo. But this looks pretty good. Not too bad for our first try.
All right, what's up, Team Boosted? This is Greg, Chubby, and the Denim God. We got the winner from last week's video, and the winner from last week's video is George Sangster. George! There you go, George. So hit up the Boosted crew to get you your prize. Social media, whatever means, gotta contact them. Yep. And for the question for this week's video. Hey guys, Chubby here at Team Boosted in San Diego, California on vacation. My New Year's resolution is go to the gym 3 times a week. I wanna know what your New Year's resolution is. 2019, let's get it, it's a new year. Please like, comment, and subscribe below, and don't forget to let me know your New Year's resolution. Thanks guys, have a great weekend. Woo!
Literally whenever you guys are.
Are we doing the whole thing? Or?
Yeah, I didn't get audio on the last one.
Oh boy, I know, I've got to think of everything to say.
Greg, I got a big dick.
I don't think they would appreciate it.
My name's Chubby, I got a really little dick.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
You guys both ready?
Oh yeah, bro.
Are you doing?
I'm ready, boy.
Who's doing the question?
I got the question, dude. Same thing, bro.
All right, you're staying
Winner
quiet?
is,
Okay, cool.
you do it, then I do winner is, and Adam takes over.
No, Adam's not doing anything.
Adam, yeah.
No, this is way better with him not doing anything. Because it's like, he's just the denim god. Like,
alternate, sit both of these.
They hear him as the denim god, and he doesn't say a word. It's just gonna be like so mysterious.